What is up, everyone? I'm going to be telling you how I make $2,000 a day at 22 years old and the one habit that is absolutely essential in order to get you there. So I just got back from a mastermind in California where I was getting rid of my self-limiting beliefs, getting absolutely ripped into by my mentor. And there's a lot of areas which I'm flawed and I'm working on. I'm a human, as I do have a lot of accomplishments and accolades behind me. There's so much that I still need to work on. But the one thing I realized that has gotten me to where I'm at now, that is absolutely essential, that I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am, is discipline. If you don't have discipline, you are gonna massively struggle. I'm gonna high ticket sales and I help people get into high ticket sales. We will review their conversations they're having with people, trying to make transformations. And one of the biggest issues I see people have is they say motivation is what they're lacking. I see that all the time with fitness, with doing anything. They're like, oh, what's the biggest thing you're struggling with? Or we say, what's the biggest thing you're struggling with? They say, oh, motivation. Motivation doesn't exist. You can feel motivated at times and you can train your brain to feel motivated and want to make things happen. But discipline is absolutely essential, where you're going to read that book even if you don't want to. You're going to meditate even if you don't feel like it. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to do the ice bath. You're going to do the sauna. You're going to do whatever it takes to get to that next level in life and level up your character in every single metric and human way possible. And humanly way possible. Mistake on the language. So that is what it all comes down to. If you have discipline, you will succeed. It all comes down to then understanding the right vehicle. If you know the right vehicle and you can be disciplined enough to stay consistent with it and actually pursue it, giving it 110%, then you will succeed. It's really that simple. So that's how I've gotten to $2,000 per day. And now let me tell you a little more, because now you're wondering, well, how do I actually make the money? So the first thing that I did was I learned about high-level communication. A lot of people say sales, but really, sales is the skill of communication applied towards selling a product or service. So what you're really learning is communication at a high level. And if you can learn how to communicate at a very high level, you will never be broke again, my friend. So that is the first thing that I developed. I got into life insurance and I did some shitty ass role that I was making some decent money in, but there's this thing called chargeback. So I have to give back my money when the old people couldn't afford to make their payments. All that garbage, talking to old people, getting cursed out multiple times a day. And I had enough of it. So what I did was I found out about high ticket sales and I found a way to get into it. So this is now what I teach people. I'm a high ticket sales coach and I also help entrepreneurs who have their online coaching business get paired with setters and closers, as well as helping them improve their setting and closing and sales team processes. And I can also help people build and scale their own personal brands. So that's what I do now. But it all stemmed from learning communication. See, when I first needed to get those sales, I needed to know how to communicate effectively. Now when I'm building my YouTube channel and my Instagram and attracting an audience, getting people to like and trust me, build rapport with them, make them want to do business with me, it comes down to my communication. Sure, I have a good physique and I have abs, but no one just wants to do business with you because you have abs. Sure, it shows discipline and it'll get your foot in the door for someone who respects that, but communication is ultimately the way that you're going to influence the world. If you can't communicate at a high level, or you struggle to do so, even on the basis, you're gonna really struggle in life. I mean, I literally saw my mentor walk into the dollar store. He said, there was a line of 10 to 15 people. He said, I don't wait in lines, only peasants wait in lines. He goes, he talks to one of the people walking around the store. He says he needs to get to the front of the line, whatever, I'm not gonna go into the specifics. And lo and behold, we go to the front of the line, we check out in front of everyone who's standing there, they're sitting there with their mouth open, eyes wide, like what the hell just happened? That's the power of communication applied in an example in a grocery store. Communication is gonna help you in every single realm. It's not just money. That's the point I'm trying to make. The reason I'm able to build this channel and grow an audience is because I can communicate. The reason I made this money in sales is because I can communicate. So high-level communication is gonna help you in every single metric and regard in life. And this is how I've been able to make $2,000 a day. It doesn't take many sales to get there. So it's not that hard, especially when you sell a high ticket program and you have a valuable service that you can actually sell to people. So it really comes down to that. It's so simple. It's not that hard to make money online and have an online business. But there's certain skills that you need to develop, and you need to have the discipline in order to develop those skills on a long enough time frame where you actually get great at them and can master the skill, so that you'll be able to apply it in every single angle, every single metric of life, and be amazing at what you do. There's a book called Mastery by Robert Greene, and that is what it touched on. I first read this a couple years ago, and the biggest thing most people think is like, oh, well, what skill do I master? I remember having that thought. You need to identify what is the most valuable skill to have, because the robots are coming. AI is already here. You're gonna be replaced if you're working some job that's easily replaceable. You need to find something that's never gonna go out of style. People are always gonna wanna communicate with people. On a long enough time frame, there's only gonna be personal brands, and there's always gonna need to be a salesman behind it, because no one wants to get sold by ChatGPT. Like, think about it. There's always gonna need to be a salesperson, there's always gonna need to be a personal brand. So with those two things, and you developing the skill of communication, you will have a secured future. That's the path that I'm gonna take, and that's the path I'd recommend for you if you wanna get into high ticket sales or personal branding. Either one is fine, depending on where your skill set is at now. You need to be able to communicate is the point. And you need to have discipline in order to develop these skills, because it's not gonna happen overnight. This took me a long time. And having a mentor is one of the best ways to shortcut the entire process and get you from where you're at now as a brokey 9-to-5 peasant to a high ticket closer, a personal brand who's making a ton of money, communicating effectively, and really just raking money out the market. So that is the path that I'm presenting you with. Whether you take it or not, it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm already making 2K a day. I don't care, but I'm presenting this to you. And if you want my help in this process, if you meet any of those criteria, whether you want to get into high ticket sales, you want to get setters and closers for your business, you want to have me help you improve your sales processes within your business if you're setting and closing yourself for an online personal brand, or you actually just want to start your own personal brand and get help with everything, then you can book a call with me down below. I put my Calendly link there. So if you want to book a call, it's a free 30-minute coaching call where we're going to go over your goals, get you to where you need to be, and give you actionable steps in order to do so. And that's that. So if you're interested in working with me, book a call with me down below on that Calendly link. And I also have an Instagram where if you want to chat with me personally, I respond to all my DMs. You can send me the word ascend, and I'll personally reach out to you and see how I can help you best. So if this video provides you with any value, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to be dropping so much game on every single aspect of life and improving so that you can truly life max and get the best results out of life, becoming the person that you really want to be. So if that sounds of interest, drop a subscribe on this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.